Welcome to Banahene Tutorial Collections, and today we are going to dive deep into Microsoft Excel application, and this special software is included in Microsoft Corporation Office Suite, where we have Word, PowerPoint, OneNote, and Microsoft Access. This special software, which is Microsoft Excel, is a popular known software that is used for performing data analysis. And in this certain video, I am going to walk you through all the things that you need. And this is a beginner's guide. That is a fully introduction to Microsoft Excel. And when you have some fair idea about this software, you might also learn something new in this particular video. So I will urge you to watch this video to the end. So I am going to walk you through this software, and then we identify all the necessary features that we need that can keep us going as an Excel user to have a better manipulation of this special application. Now, one may ask, what is Microsoft Excel? Excel is a spreadsheet application that consists of rows and columns that is meant for data manipulation mathematically. It gives you the room to analyze, configure, and also manipulate data mathematically, that is using its special features, which are columns and rows. Now, as I said earlier, Excel is a spreadsheet application. We have other applications such as Lotus 123, Quadra Pro, Google Sheets, and we have LibreOffice. All these softwares can be used to perform data mathematically. But Excel is widely used. That is an offline software which is widely used by so many companies, such as business companies, to perform data manipulation. That is to check loan amortization, that is to perform personal monthly budgets and also annual calculations. You can also use it to perform expense report as well. So this software is a great software that has great capabilities. Now, to work with this software, you need to open this software on your desktop background. So how can we do this? On your Windows interface or your desktop background, to get access to Microsoft Excel, if you have installed the Office Suite on your computer system, is to access the Start button, and clicking on the Start button, this is going to open the Start menu. This is called the Start menu of the computer system. This is where all your installed programs are located. Therefore, you can use this vertical scroll bar, scroll to find Excel, and you are going to see Excel in this list. Depending on your operating system and also the type of Office suite you are using, you might see Excel or Microsoft Excel. Any of them is going to work perfectly, and you're going to have a click on it. You can also use the search box on the taskbar and search for Excel. And in the pop-up window, we are going to see the best match. And when you click on this, this also opens your Excel window. Now, if you become a frequent user of Microsoft Excel, I will urge you to pin this program onto the taskbar so that you can have quick access to it. When you move to the taskbar, I have other pin programs here. So to have this on the taskbar, you right click, and then in this list of options, we are going to choose pin to taskbar. Moving to the taskbar, I have Excel located, and then I can have a quick access to it. So anytime I want to work with Excel, I move to the taskbar and have a click on this. Now, opening this Microsoft Excel application, you are going to have this window open, and based on how you work with this software, I have restored this window. Yours might be different. The moment you open Excel, you are going to have it in the maximize window. So I'm going to maximize this, and then this will be the full screen mode anytime you open Microsoft Excel for the first time. And this interface that we have access to is called the Start screen or the home screen. You have other options you can optimize in this particular interface, and the first command that is selected in this interface is the home option. This gives you the room to choose blank workbook, and also we have other default templates or predefined templates available here. We have the billing statement, we have blood pressure tracker, we have other templates here. And if you want to work with other templates, you can choose this link that says more template, and when you do this, this jumps you to the new option, and in this section You can also choose blank workbook. You can use this search box to search for online template. If whatever template you want to work with it is not permanently available here, you can use this search box to search for templates in your browsers on your computer system. When you scroll down with a vertical scroll bar, you have other templates you can choose from here. And also, let's move back to this. We also have this section called the recent and also the pinned tab. When you have this recent tab selected, you have access to some files or some workbooks you've created using this special software, and you can get access to those files in this recent tab, and you can quickly click on it to open. When you move to the pin tab, this gives you the option to have some pinned files or workbook displayed here. Currently I have only one workbook pinned here. When I move to the recent tab, place my mouse pointer on this. I have this pin icon here. When you click, you have this move to the pin tab. Therefore, I have these two files or these two workbooks displayed here. And the essence of this is that when you have some files or some workbooks you normally work with it or frequently work with it, you can pin them to this section and have easy access to it. So in the home option, these are some of the features you can get access to it. And when you are in the pin tab and you click on this more workbook, this moves you to the open command, and also you can get more access to the workbooks that you've created. And also you can move to your PC or browse for more other workbooks which are not shown here. So that is some of the features you can have access to in the home option. When you move to the new option, we've already accessed this particular interface, and this helps you to choose a blank workbook, search for online templates, and choose other predefined templates. When you move to the home option, we have recent selected, and this displays workbooks and folders. And we have workbooks selected, where you have some names of files and dates modified. So when you look at this tab, you can see that we have these files here, and this is going to show you when you created this file or when you modify this particular file. And you can choose any of them by using this scroll bar to navigate and choose the kind of workbook you want to work with it. When you move to folders, this is going to display some directories or locations where you have saved your workbooks or your files. So you can just double click to open and see all these files that you've created and save them in these individual folders. That is the open command. You can also choose this PC, and this also gives you access to get connection with other directories where you can get access to your files or your workbooks. When you choose browse, this opens the open dialog box and give you the room to choose some workbooks in a different location or in a different hard disk drive or storage media and work with that particular workbook. When you move below, we have account. This gives you the details of your account where you can manage your settings. You can choose office themes. You can sign in with your Microsoft account. And to the right, you have this product information known as office. And then this tells you whether you have activated your office or not and the kind of office you are using. And as you can see here, I am using the Microsoft Office LTSC Professional Plus 2021. You can also use these two buttons to check for updates and also know more about Excel. This also gives you some other products contained in this office suite that we have Word, PowerPoint, Outlook, Notes, and other softwares. When you move to the feedback, you have this option to send a smile to Excel, whether to tell them it is nice to know when they have made a positive change. You can also send a frown, that is to tell them you don't like something about some changes or something that they need to fix about this product. And also you have other suggestions you can share with them if you have any idea or any new feature you want them to improve upon or embed into this office suite. When you move to options, you have this Excel options dialog box that gives you some options you can configure, that is general, formulas, data, and you can take your time to walk through these tabs and optimize some settings that can help you with a better usage of Microsoft Excel. I'm going to close this. Now when you click on the options in the start screen, this gets you to this window. And now this is called Microsoft window, and currently we don't have any worksheets created. If we are in the home screen of Microsoft Excel, we can choose blank workbook, or we can choose other templates to work with it. But now that we've clicked on the options button and get access to this, we have automatically jumped into the front stage view of Excel where there is no worksheet created. Therefore, I can easily create a worksheet by holding Ctrl+N. Now this gives me this available worksheet, and that is located on the sheet tab, that is sheet 1. So this is the interface that you receive anytime you create a blank workbook, whether you use this method or you choose the blank workbook in the home screen of Microsoft Excel. In this interface, as I said, this is called the front stage view of Excel, and this is the user-friendly interface that helps you to communicate with this special software and perform your individual task. Now in this interface, we have other features that can also keep you going to have a better usage of this application. The first feature is this option called the control box or the control menu. It consists of the close button, the restore button, and also the minimize button. When you click on this button, this closes this window permanently from the desktop. So if I click on this, it closes this window and we don't have access to this particular workbook. So to open, I'm going to use the taskbar option. And as I said, anytime you open the Excel for the first time, you're going to have the home screen and you can choose the blank workbook. And this also jumps you to the same interface that we use by using the keyboard shortcut. You also have this option known as the restore down. When you click, this restores your window from the maximize option to the restored option, where this restored option gives you the room to click and position this window to any interface or section of your Windows interface. It also allows you to adjust the window up, down, right, and left. So when you have your window of your Excel in a restored form, you can adjust, you can move, and then position your window the way you want. And we also have this known as minimize. When you click, this moves the window of Excel temporarily to the taskbar. So if you want to get access to it, you move to the taskbar and click on this window, and then you are going to have this shown on the Windows interface. There has been an additional button on the control menu or the control box known as the maximize button. When you click, this fully shows the window, and then it has its display on the Windows interface. Now this particular window is covering the desktop background. So this is the first feature known as the control menu or the control box. When you move to the left side, we have this button known as the display option. When you click, this gives you the option to auto hide, show tabs, and also show tabs and commands. When I click, this hides the ribbon and also the tabs. If I click on this, I can choose show tabs, and then I'm going to have only the tabs of the menu bar displayed. And when I click on it again and choose show tabs and ribbons, then you are going to have the tabs and also its individual ribbons also shown in your Excel workbook. When you move to this side, we have this option known as upcoming features, and you can try it now. And this gives you the screen tip that learn more about features coming soon and share feedback. So you can click on this button and you're going to have this window, and you need to be connected to the internet so that you can see these options or features. Take your time as an Excel user, click, and to know the new features that are coming, and if you have any feedback positively that you want to give to Excel that is going to base upon their improvement of any feature they are bringing up to our interface, you can do so. This gives you the option to share your feedback or your ideas. So I'm going to close this window. Now to the left of this icon, we have the sign in option, and you have the option to sign in with your Microsoft account, where you can perform other options or functionalities within Excel. And currently I have not signed in, and also I'm not connected to the internet. So if you are connected to the internet, you can click on this button and then sign in within this particular window, and this will give you the option to access other features of Microsoft Excel. Moving to the left side, we have this search bar or this search box, and it's called the Microsoft Search. This gives you the room, and it's also a quicker way to get to actions, helps, or more commands in Microsoft Excel. Let's assume I want to access the conditional formatting and I don't know the location of this command. I can type conditional. Now the moment I type the initial letters of this command, I have its actions displayed here. So we have conditional formatting, and I can quickly click on it or choose more and choose other sub options or commands that relate to this conditional formatting. You can type any command that is available in Excel, and you're going to have it pop up in this particular section. And this is a quick way or a review way of getting access to commands in an easy way. Now this whole bar that you see here that has a color green is called the title bar. This is the bar that consists of the control menu or the control box, the search box, and also it consists of the name of this program, which is Excel, and also the name of the workbook. And by default, you might also see another tool here known as the quick access toolbar, which we'll get right in very soon. So this bar is called the title bar in Microsoft Excel. It consists of the workbook, the application, the control box, and also by default the quick access toolbar. Now our next feature is these tabs that we have here. We have the home tab, we have the insert tab, page layout, formulas, data, review, view, developer, help, and also the file menu. And these individual commands are known as the tabs. The integration of these tabs is called the menu bar. So this bar is called the menu bar, and the menu bar consists of these individual tabs. And then when you click on these individual tabs, it displayed an option called the ribbon. So this is the home ribbon. When I click on the insert tab, this is the insert ribbon, and when I click on the page layout, this is the page layout ribbon. So anytime you click on any of the tab, you get its ribbon. Now in the ribbon, we have group of commands. So the ribbon also leads us to the groups. We have this themes group, we have this page setup group, scale to fit group, sheet options, and we have the arrange group. So when I move to the home tab, I also have the clipboard group, the font group, and also the alignment group. And now when you get to any of these groups, they also showcase you individual commands. When I move to the editing group, I have the auto sum command, the fill command, the clear command, we have the sort and filter command, and also we have the find and select command. So to get access to all your commands, you need to get access to the menu bar, the tabs, the ribbon, the groups, then you get access to your individual commands. This is the skeletal representation of the menu bar. Now our next command or our next feature is the quick access toolbar, which is found below the ribbon of Microsoft Excel. When I place my mouse pointer on this arrow, I have the screen tip as customize quick access toolbar. So this toolbar can be customized or personalized by every Excel user based on your individual needs. So currently this is my customized quick access toolbar, and I have all these individual commands available. I have the save, I have the undo, and also have the redo, and also we have some open command, we have conditional formatting, we have the fill color, and all these commands were added personally by me. So you can take it off or you can add more commands. Now currently this is located below the ribbon. So to customize, you can click on this arrow and choose show above the ribbon, and this is going to move the quick access toolbar from this section to this section on the title bar. And as I said earlier, always the quick access toolbar is by default located on the title bar. When you click on this, you can add more commands, and you're going to see the command on the quick access toolbar. Click, you see the commands here. If you want to remove a command, you right click and choose remove from quick access toolbar, and that is going to remove the command from the quick access toolbar. And as you can see, we are customizing this quick access toolbar. You can also add commands from the front stage view of Excel. I can move to this command, right click and choose add to quick access toolbar, and I have it here. I can also right click on this, add to quick access toolbar, and also have this command displayed here. You can also click on this arrow and choose more commands. And then when you get to this Excel options dialog box, you make sure this bar is selected, which is the quick access toolbar. Then you move to this section. We have these two sections here. We have the popular commands and also the customizable quick access toolbar. These are the available commands on this toolbar. You can move here and select more commands. So when I select this and click on add, I have it here. I can also click on this, add, and have this command here. You can choose this drop down arrow and choose all commands. This is going to display all commands in Excel, and then you can scroll and find a command, click and choose add, and you are going to have it here. When you move to this section, you also have the option to rearrange your commands. So if I select this, I can use this up arrow key and then move this command to a very specific position. Select another one. So you can use the top and the down arrow key to organize your commands on the quick access toolbar. There is an advanced customization you can apply to the quick access toolbar, that is to add separators between your commands. So if I have 1, 2, 3, 4 commands I want to separate, I can move to this section and scroll to the top of these commands, and I have this separator command. Select and then choose add, and I have this separator here, and I can move this to this section. That is, I'm going to separate these first 4 commands. I'm going to add another one, choose add, and this time around I'm going to move this downwards and also have these 4 commands in a different group. I'm going to choose the last command, which is the separator, click on add and use the down arrow key, and I also have this grouped in a different section. Now if I'm done with all these customizations, I'm going to click on OK. Now when I get back to my front stage view of Excel, you can see that I have all these commands added to this quick access toolbar, but you can see some separators, that is separating these commands, making them individual groups. So this is the quick access toolbar and how to customize it. Beside the menu bar of this Excel, when you move to the right side, we have this share command, and this says that share this document and see who it's shared with. So when you click on this, you can choose share, and then you have this dialog box here that says sharing works when you are connected. Make sure you are online and sign in. So you need to sign in with your Microsoft account and also have your internet connection activated, and this can help you to share your documents or your workbooks created in Microsoft Excel. Now our next feature is the worksheet. This entire area that we have here is known as the worksheet, and worksheet consists of 2 or more cells binded together. So this is the worksheet, and now the name of this worksheet is sheet 1. You can rename this by double clicking, then you give a name to this, then you hit the enter key. Now this gives a name to your current worksheet. To create another worksheet, you click on this plus sign, and this also creates a new worksheet. You can double click, and you can see that I have also renamed this second worksheet. To create another worksheet, you can use the shift key and the F11 on the keyboard, and this creates another worksheet before the selected worksheet. I can right click and choose rename, and then hit the enter key. Now working with worksheets, you can click and drag a worksheet to a different location. So you can see that I've moved the Wednesday worksheet after the Tuesday worksheet. So these individual sheets are known as worksheets. Now this moves us to our next feature, which is the workbook. And the workbook is this entire window that you see here, which has the name book 1. So all these worksheets are included in this workbook. And the definition for a workbook is the combination of 2 or more worksheets. So this entire window is known as our workbook, and it consists of these 3 worksheets we have in this particular section. The next feature is a cell. A cell is the intersection of rows and columns. So in this worksheet, we have individual cells available. So when I select this cell, this is a particular cell. So any box that you select within your worksheet is known as a cell. And then, as I said, a cell is the intersection of rows and columns. So now that this particular cell is selected, when you move upwards vertically, you can see that this column is selected, which is column D. And when you move to the left side horizontally, we have this row selected, which is row 15. Therefore, the combination of this column and row form this particular cell. And therefore, this moves us to our next feature, which is the name box. And the name box is a section or an area in Microsoft Excel that showcases the name of the cell that is selected. So this cell that is selected has a name called the cell reference, and it is being identified in the name box. And where can you locate the name box? It can be located below the clipboard group, which is this particular option. When you place your pointer, it gives you the screen tip as name box. And then this name box displays the name of the cell that is selected. Now we have D15, which is column D and row 15. If I select this, I have J and 6. Therefore, in the name box, I have J6. That tells you the name of the cell that is selected. Now, our next feature is the active cell. Now, in this worksheet, as I said earlier, it consists of 2 or more cells. And then in these cells, any cell that you select becomes the active cell. So when I click, this is a cell selected. These boxes are also known as cells, but this particular cell is known as the active cell. Why? Because it is ready to receive a data, and also it has a border around it, and also it has its name displayed in the name box, and finally its contents will be shown in the formula bar, which is going to be our next feature. So when I type something in this cell, I have this active cell selected, and its cell reference is E7, and the content in this cell is showcased in the formula bar. Therefore, this is the active cell. Our next feature is the passive cells, which are the cells that are not selected. So all these cells are not selected, therefore they are called passive cells. The next feature is the formula bar, which is this bar. The function of it is to display a content of an active cell, and also it is an area where you can type your formula and functions to compute a particular data. So this is the formula bar. Moving to our next feature, we have columns. Columns are vertical lines across a spreadsheet application, and in Excel we also have columns available, and they are vertical lines, as I said. So this is column A, column B, column C, column D, and in this interface we have it up to column U. You can also use Control and the right arrow key, and this is going to move you to the last column in Microsoft Excel, which is XFD. So this is the last column you can see in Microsoft Excel. I'm going to use Control and the left arrow key, and this moves me to the first column, which is column A. So these are columns, and they are identified by letters. Now the next one is row. Row are these particular horizontal lines that cut across a spreadsheet application. So they are called row headers, whilst these are called column headers. And these row headers are identified by numbers, and they are horizontally cut across a spreadsheet applications. So when these rows cross these vertical lines, which are columns, then they form a particular cell at a time. So these are some of the features you can notice in Microsoft Excel. When you move to the right side, we have this vertical scroll bar, which can help you to move up and also down to view your hidden content. We also have this horizontal scroll bar to move right and left to view your content in your worksheet. We also have this feature known as the sheet tab. The sheet tab always consists of your individual sheet. So when you create a worksheet, that sheet is going to be located on the sheet tab. So this sheet tab consists of our individual worksheet. It allows you to navigate through all your worksheets. So when I click on this, I move to the Tuesday worksheet. When I click on this, I move to the Monday worksheet. You can also click on this plus sign to create a worksheet, and this icon is located on the sheet tab. We also have this empty space for the sheet tab. When you right click, you can get this activate dialog box, and you can have all your worksheets located here. And when you click on any of them and choose OK, that jumps you to that particular worksheet. If you have a lot of worksheets, you are going to have them displayed on this sheet tab. Our next feature is the status bar, which is located below the sheet tab, where we have this known as ready. When I select this cell, it says ready, meaning it is ready to receive a data. When I start to type something and move to the status bar, now it says enter. It means that I am entering some data into this particular active cell. And then this status bar gives you whatever that is going on in your current worksheet. Now I'm going to enter some simple data and show you how this status bar works. Now I have typed these three values here, 10, 20 and 30. If I select this and click and drag to select all these cells, which are known as range, and move to my status bar, to the right I can see that I have the average of these selected cells and also the count, which is the number of cells selected, and it is 3. And also we have the sum output that says 60. It means that adding these 3 values, we are going to get 60. So this is the status bar that gives you the status of whatever you are working on within your current worksheet. When you move to the bottom right corner, we have this area called the zoom box or the zoom area. It gives you the option to zoom in and zoom out your worksheet. So if I click on this plus sign, you can see that I am zooming in, and when I choose this minus sign, I am zooming out. You can also use this slider on the zoom area to zoom out and also zoom in. You also have the option to use your control key and the scroll wheel on the mouse to zoom in and zoom out, and this area is known as the zoom area. Our next feature is this view buttons that we have here. The first button is the normal view, and we also have the page layout view, and we have the page break preview. Currently we are working in the normal view. When I choose the page layout, this is going to break your worksheet into pages, and now this becomes page 1, and we have other pages here. And when you are working within 2 or more pages, when you choose the page layout view, you are going to see your data very clear and precise. When you move to this section, this is the page break layout. This allows you to extend a selection to a particular section of your worksheet to create a particular page. So currently this is page 1 and this is page 2. If I want to extend the page 1 to this section, I can click and drag, then this whole area becomes page 1. You can click and drag, now this becomes page 1. So it helps you to adjust or extend some selections to form a particular page. So these are all the necessary features you can utilize to help you understand the anatomy of Microsoft Excel and its individual capabilities. So this is a very cool beginner's guide or introduction to Microsoft Excel that can help you and clear your mind to get the understanding and also the readiness to learn Microsoft Excel. Thank you for watching, and still you are welcome to this special channel that is Banahene Tutorial Collections. Like, share and comment, and also subscribe to be part of this community.